It's the Lego guy's legs.
Oh, man. That's great. That's great.
All right, Steven, we're at your house today. We're going to perform a duct cleaning on your system. We're going to start on your return side first. We would actually drill probably a 12-inch hole in the side of this ductwork. We would connect our machine, which you'll see in a few minutes. We would actually, on your return, we have two different methods. We have a compressor that would send roughly about 175 psi of air down through it to push anything back towards the system, which would then be caught by the equipment that we have. Or we have brushes, and we have different types, different sizes, everything that would actually, scrub the ductwork as it's going down as well. We'll connect the machine into this. We will actually isolate the rest of the system off. That's where we're pulling from pretty much here back to your returns. And how we would do that is there's a couple different ways. We have an inflatable bag that we could either put into the ductwork and, blow it up. And that's way it will isolate, from that point on. Or a lot of times what we use is cardboard cut out to the size of your filter, and we'll just put it on the top or the bottom of the filter. That's way when it pulls, it will just suck that cardboard right to it. And then we can do that. You want to show him how that works?
Yep. So I'm going to take this door off here from the filter. And here's the filter right here. So we're going to get a piece of cardboard to go on top of this and slide it back in, so that way it's only pulling from here all the way up and through.
And then when we're done on that side of it, we would actually shut the machine back down, and then we would repeat the same process. We would isolate pretty much from your AC coil up. That's why we're pulling just from your ductwork and not from your actual system.
Okay.
Because we don't want to force any dirt back to your system. We want to catch it. That's way if we can get it vacuumed out, or the machine that we have would catch it and remove it all together from the ductwork.
Okay.
So we're going to get the equipment in here and we're going to get started, and then you can watch us from there and see the technique.
Sounds good.
Probably end up going backwards here.
Yeah. So now I'm going to be doing a 10-inch hole into the return that we're going to hook the vacuum up to. Just use this.
That's pretty much what the inside of your stuff is going to look like.
Yeah.
Where's the left? Go over the top.
All right.
So now this is going to go on this collar right here. Yeah.
Yeah, so when we go up to the returns and stuff, you'll be able to feel the air being sucked down through. And then we'll take a piece of paper, looks like a cardboard paper, and we put them over the top of the fence. That's the way we can isolate each vent individually. And we start with the furthest one away, which would probably be that trunk line, because it goes all the way down. And then that way, this one kind of just comes up and right into it. So, you see what I'm saying? Sucks it right down. That's why we can isolate it. That's why all 90% of your suction is coming from the one that you're working on.
Gotcha.
And then what we would do is we're going to start with that one. That's going to be the panned return. And then we would move over to this one and do this one. So everything is going to be pulling from that one first, and then we'll block that one off and we'll move to this one. And then all of the suction is going to be coming from that one.
Perfect.
Removing the cover so we can access the register or the actual ductwork. So pretty much what this is going to do as he pulls the handle, if you want to do it, it's going to like kind of dance. So as it's doing, it's going to beat around the ductwork and kind of
Push everything.
Yep. All right, go ahead. And then we'll see if we made a difference. All these before and afters will get posted to his email. That's way he can also see them. A lot of times the customers are busy, so they don't see them until afterwards, unless we find something that's super like gross. So what we're going to do here is we're going to actually feed this back down this trunk line, and this is going to, you know, kind of agitate all down it to push all the debris back towards where the vacuum is connected. And then we'll repeat the same thing on that little bit of hard pipe right there, which I ain't going to take much. This is going to be more or less where everything's going to go. All right, so we'll feed it and then see what happens. Ferret. Want to do the ferret? Where's that at? It's a camera, so it actually will go on to some of the rods that we have that we can feed down. A lot of times we like to just take them with the phone because it's easier, but in this situation we can actually use that, and you can actually see what's down the whole trunk line. And that's way when we email you like your invoice that you paid and all that kind of stuff, we can attach all these pictures right to the invoice, and that's where you can see, okay, yeah, that was the before, and oh yeah, what a huge difference of the after. Yeah, so a good thing for you to look to is down that white tube.
Oh. So gross.
All right, let's check this again, see what kind of progress we made, if we need to send it down again or not.
Mark?
The place that we, you can get them off Amazon, but we got this right here. So now that we're done on the return side, what we're going to do is we're going to take this back out. We're going to remove the cardboard because evidently you don't want to leave the cardboard in there. That and also everything that's not being caught by the vacuum will settle down on top of that filter or on top of the cardboard that we put there. So this is a good representation of what else could be in here. Get a lot of that stuff.
Oh.
I will have to tell you, this is the first time we've ever pulled that much stuff out. I mean, we've like gone into registers and that kind of stuff that have had that much in there, but we've never like really pulled.
That's crazy.
Like when we do this procedure, we've never pulled that much air out. Yep.
And then anything that you didn't just pull out of there, we're just going to go in with a vacuum to clean it all up, make sure that there's nothing that's going to be sitting like on the blower wheel, going to get sucked up into there, just so that way the whole system itself stays nice and clean too. So these are just little black plugs for the little tiny holes that we made to send the air tools down. These literally just go right in there, and then you kind of just push them in, and just like that, those aren't going to come out. They're insulated if you have insulation, and this just seals up the whole system so you don't have dust coming out of these, so
Actually,
you don't have
we got
losing heat for your house. They just go in like that, and then that hole is plugged. And then when we come back to do it again, we can just literally take these plugs right back out. But then we have these holes already, so that way we don't have to cut any more holes. We just take the plugs out, take the patch off for the vacuum, and then we can just use the same ones that we made.
Yeah. And then after we're done everything, we'll come back and we'll patch all of these holes and stuff up with the sheet metal blanks. That'd be the last step of it. All right, now we can hook the hose back up to this one. I said before, we're gonna block off from, you know, the top of this AC coil. That's why we're pulling straight from here, all the ductwork, and not through the actual system itself. All right, now we are all set to go upstairs and start blocking the supplies off. That's why we can do the same procedure by working one at a time. And we'll start with the furthest one, which there is one upstairs, which you'll see here in a few minutes. We'll start with that one and work our way down to the first floor, and then all the same procedure. We got the supply vent right here. Take the grate off. See what we got going on in it. It doesn't look bad. We got a little bit of cobwebs blocking the view, but for the most part, it looks pretty clean. We're still going to send the brush through it just to verify everything is good. So this is a brush, and this is actually a carbide brush. We also have this one, which is a little bit softer bristle. This is more or less for softer ductwork, flex type, like dryer vents. I mean, dryer vents aren't this big, but we have a dryer vent attachment that's same bristle. It's just a smaller 4-inch head. It just, you know, for softer ductwork. This is actually made for hard pipe. So, you know, like sheet metal pipe or like flue pipe or anything like that, this would be good for it because it actually shines it up, per se. You'll see here in a second. All right, go ahead. All right. Looks pretty good, pretty clean. We'll send this other brush down it real quick just to knock anything else off. You're good. And that's all pretty clean.
Just a spinner one.
Yeah, so it's like a rock.
All right, now we're going to go down to the first floor and find out what vent we're going to use and then start cleaning them. Now we'll see what we captured. I mean, you'll see it as it comes out too when we take that cardboard back out, but that's some of the fur and stuff that was trapped in the supplies. Oh, look at this.
Oh, there you go.
I found the rest of the Lego guys.
Oh my gosh.
And that's...
Every customer gets a new filter. This customer just happened to have, you know, their own filters on hand. But after every duct cleaning, customer gets a new filter, no matter if it's off of our truck or if they have spares for their system. So now that everything is clean, start with a new filter. All right, so pretty much just a recap of everything that we did today. Like I said earlier, we end up cutting a 12-inch hole in right here. Like I said, we would end up, patching it up, taping it. That's sealed tight, so you ain't got to worry about no air loss or anything happening there. Also, like we discussed earlier too, we removed this grill and then went right in through the grill as the access point there. This way we didn't have to cut another hole or anything in your ductwork. We went through everything, everything, like I said, we started on the return side. Once everything, was good, we brought all the dirt and debris back into here. We changed the filter out afterwards. We moved air over to the supply side. We isolated it from the system here up. That's where we were pulling straight through the ductwork. We went through every register, blocked them one by one, cleaned them, forced everything back down into here. At the end, we shut the equipment off. We pulled out any debris that was left in there over top of the AC coil. Also ran a vacuum down through there. That's way all the dirt and stuff is, out of there now. Put everything back together. And then we just got to start the system up at this point.
Great.
Yep. Everything is spick and span clean now.
Yeah.
You ain't got to worry about nothing. This is really rated. You shouldn't have to have this done for roughly about another 3 years.
Okay.
You be the judgment on that too. If you start noticing a lot of like dog hair or anything like that building up in the returns or whatever, definitely have it done before then. But you should be able to get the 3-year mark out of it before you would have to have us come back out and go through everything again.
Okay.
And then you have a 2-inch filter. A 1-inch filter is actually rated for 30 days. So you should be okay for 60 days on that filter. So just change the filter as you normally do, roughly every 2 months, and then you should be fine. So other than that, you're good.
Yeah, appreciate it. Great.